United Matters channel it is. We return to yet another big match day for the club of Manchester United, right? And the fans are really very important into this. And remember, it's obviously match day 18, left with one game to mark half of the season. And United has played 18. Out of those 18 games, Manchester United has gone ahead to win 7. They've drawn 5 and they've lost 5 and they've gone ahead to collect 26 points. And obviously, having 26 points, that means United is just 6 points off. Sorry, we are just 3 points off the teams in the top 4. You get, because the team seated 4th is Chelsea with 29 points, and Man United has a very big chance to obviously come up and obviously get into the 4th position, because Chelsea is playing a team known as Aston Villa. You know that very well. Tomorrow, if we beat Newcastle today, in something I don't really expect, because I see a draw coming to Manchester United. But if we happen to beat Newcastle today, I tell you what, we might find ourselves sleeping in that position, because, the only hindrance is going to be the goal difference, because we are having 3 goal difference and Chelsea is having 12. But all in all, I want to let you know that we would have gone ahead to close that gap and we'll be level with Chelsea at 29 points. And that is really going to be very important for the club of Manchester United. So the confirmed starting 11 has been put out by the side of Manchester United and Newcastle. Both teams have named their starting 11s. And I'm here to let you know that I have them in full swing. I know some of you have already gone ahead to obviously get them. But allow me drop you deep into what the starting 11 for the club of Manchester United is going to be like in here onto this channel. So let's get into this. Let me clear certain things out here. Right. All right, here we go. United is having Lamens, Dallo, Martinez, Mount, Cunha, Dogu, Casemiro, Shaw, Ugarte, Haven, and Benjamin Sesko. That is the starting 11 for the club of Manchester United. The bench has Beindir, Fredrickson, Malacia, Lenny Yoro, Jeff Fletcher, Tyler Fletcher. The two Fletcher twins are really on the bench. And you all know to it that they are sons to Darren Fletcher, a former legend of Manchester United. And they've been, we got them from Man City Academy. And we brought them at Manchester United. And good enough to see it that one got his debut last match day 17, I think. And now he's obviously going to be getting his debut maybe. All of these two are really midfielders. And we might see them getting into onto the pitch. Shia Lacey, I told you about this boy. Very, very good. You never saw him do a lot, because we are not in control of the game against Aston Villa. But at Old Trafford, I think the manager will obviously drop him to do the needful. Mantanto is another one. Dark-skinned, is African. But the lad is really very, very, very good, I tell you. And Zexi is on the bench. That is the starting 11 and the bench of Manchester United. Off to Newcastle. Who have they gone ahead to obviously bring on to face the club of Manchester United? It's Aaron Ramsdale still in between the stitches for the club of Newcastle. However much Nick Pope is back, but the manager is like Aaron Ramsdale still in goal. Hal, Fabian Tonali, Gordon, Thiaw, Matthew, Walter Mede, Bruno Guimaraes, who acts as the captain, this one is Jacob Ramsey and Mealy. Those are the 11 players that the manager, Eddie Howe, has gone ahead on him to come in through and really start for the side of Newcastle. Then the substitutes are Pope, Joelinton, Wissa, Barnes, Willock, Murphy, Shahar, Neville and Alabi. That is how the Newcastle side has gone ahead to obviously line up. And the substitutes are really very much well known into your vicinity in there for you. From there, we obviously have to head to what we call the formations that these two teams obviously going to play. When you look at Manchester United, it obviously speaks volumes that they are going to play a 3-man central defense, right? As we are having 5 defenders onto the pitch. But what has gone ahead to obviously excite me, I've always gone ahead to call in for this, and the manager has gone ahead to obviously do it. I've called for Lisandro Martinez to get into the starting 11 for the club of Manchester United because him and Matthias de Ligt are the best central defenders that you're really having. And it has been really a bad season for us that they haven't obviously gone ahead to play together this season. And by the time de Ligt was really hitting the ground running, guess what happened? Lisandro Martinez was injured. Now Lisandro Martinez is back and Matthias de Ligt is injured. You understand? But I know he returned, and these two will obviously make a very big combination in there. And I tell you, that's why I told you in the video that I just went ahead to do onto the upload section about Neves contact made. You know, I told you that the club of Manchester United, if they get in Ruben Neves, you know, I tell you the title race will be on for the club of Manchester United, because I know they can stretch to 6, 7, 8 games, something that our club hasn't gone ahead to do in a very long while. So let's get into what we call the formations of these teams and see what have they gone ahead to obviously put on the table. United is playing a system of 3-4-2-1. Seny Lamens is in goal, and the manager has gone ahead to get 3 left-footed players to play into the central defense. Lisandro Martinez, Aiden Heaven, and Luke Shaw. That is it. We are waiting to see how they will obviously perform. That is it. Then Dalot, right wing back, Patrick Dogu, left wing back, Casemiro and Manuel Ugarte in the double pivot. Then Matthias Cunha, right number 10, Mason Mount, left number 10, and Benjamin Sesko is going to be leading the line for the side of Manchester United. That's how we are obviously lining up. And if I told you really went ahead to obviously follow up onto my probable starting 11 that I dropped earlier morning, I think it's only one player that has gone ahead to miss out. It has been Lisandro Martinez. And I thought maybe Lenny Yoro will obviously start because he's the only right-footed, fully fit defender that we have on Fredrickson. But the manager has been like, let me start with these ones and see how things will pan out for the club of Manchester United in there for you. So that is the confirmed starting 11 for the side of Manchester United, and your reactions will be welcome in the comment section below. Now, we head to the side of Newcastle. Deadly team, very lethal, and it's one of the sides that you will feel up and obviously understand that they are really hard. Aaron Ramsdale, formerly at Arsenal, in between the stitches for the side of Newcastle. Mealy, right back. Hull, left back. Fabian Schär, left-sided centre-back. Thiaw, right-sided centre-back. Bruno Guimaraes playing in as the CDM alongside Jacob Ramsey and Sandro Tonali. You understand? And that is how they're lining up in a 4-3-3 system. Then Jay Murphy, right forward. Anthony Gordon, left forward. And Walter Mede is another one leading the line for the side of Newcastle. The guy is going to hit to score 7 goals in the Premier League. He's very deadly. And when you look at United, we need to obviously look out on him because he gets into this fixture after going ahead to cause mayhem to the side of Chelsea, where went ahead to beat them, where they went ahead to drop by. They drew 2-2, but the first 2 goals were really deadly, and they came in through from Walter Mede. Deadly and dangerous, that is the lad. Oh, guys, I had even forgotten to obviously go ahead and really put out a poll for you guys. I'm having Henry J. Uganda. It's our night tonight. Obviously, United can showcase to obviously go ahead and really win. And if they win, it will be something really great. You understand? But it's one of the things I don't really see happen, right? So we wait and see how things will pan out from that particular game. But let's talk about United. You know, I think we at least have an edge, and I think we're a little bit stronger in the midfield. Ugarte partnering Casemiro, I think it might be our it might be our double pivot for some time, because for Bruno, we don't know how long Bruno Fernandes is going to be out. That is it. And this is a chance that Manuel Ugarte should use to obviously prove to the manager that I'm still the player you had signed at Sporting Lisbon. Because we all know to it that Ruben Amorim came out and told the player that I no longer understand you. You are no longer the player I was with at Sporting Lisbon. What will to happen to you? So, how do you prove to the manager? You have to go all out and really put in performances that are really very, 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 very consistent. And here we come to wait and see how the manager of Manchester United will get what he wants from Manuel Ugarte. Obviously, Newcastle's midfield is their strongest weapon in every game they're really playing. You get? Because they're having players that are really good on the ball. They're physical. They are technically gifted and they can really beat you from anywhere. Now, having Manuel Ugarte in that midfield will help us really close down onto those spaces. And by the way, if we really utilize our chances very well, we will obviously score those goals. That is it. That's what we have to do. If we utilize our chances very well, we will bury those balls in the back of the net, I tell you. The club of Manchester United has all what it takes to really beat them, because something has gone ahead to come to my head right now. And what is it? Manuel Ugarte covers huge distance. That is it. And if him and Casemiro do the needful, I think we can beat them. We can beat them at Old Trafford. That is it. And that will be the biggest Christmas gift to we the United fans. As Casemiro is fresh. I think it's now 2 weeks since he last kicked a ball, right? Only a week. He has rested for some good 10. He has rested for some good 7+ days, right? So, him as a player, he comes through into this particular game of football to really give us his freshness. Manuel Ugarte, he hasn't been playing 90 minutes for the club of Manchester United for a long time, and I think he's still fresh to obviously take on a team like Newcastle. So, I'm 100% sure that United will obviously put out a very huge fight. And the bench of Newcastle is a little bit scary. They're having Joelinton, Wissa, Harvey Barnes, Joe Willock, Alex Murphy, Maida. And that of Man United, I think you can talk about Joshua Zirkzee. Who else? The rest are really young players and youngsters that you cannot trust up in a big game like this. But these players have to know that they have to put out a very huge fight, And if there is anything to happen, this starting 11 should obviously come up and obviously do the needful. Now, there is a player of Man United that is back in action today in the AFCON, and he goes by names of Mazaraoui. He's representing for Morocco, and they've also gone ahead to obviously name their starting 11. And why have I gone ahead obviously drop in this? Because I know you are keeping track onto these players of Man United and how they're really performing in the AFCON. Then we are having Bono in goal, system of 4-3-3, Mazaraoui right back, Salad Eddin left back, Augard and Yamik, that is the back four. Then Amrabat is playing at the CDM, El Nyari and Unahi. And for Sofian Amrabat, you know very well that he has been at Manchester United and we really got him on loan from Fiorentina. That is it. Brahim Diaz, I think he plays for Real Madrid, not so? And then Brahim Diaz is playing as a right forward. Then Saibari is playing as a left forward. And El Kabi, who scored an acrobatic spectacular as the second goal when they are playing against Comoros, has also gone ahead to find himself in the starting 11. For Mazaraoui, I just wish him all the best because in the first game he performed very well, registered an assist, and we are waiting to see what he offers to Morocco tonight. But at the same time, as he represents Morocco, his club will be playing, and I know he'll be like, at the end of the game, who has gone ahead to obviously win. Now, the team they are facing goes by the names of Mali, and Mali has the following. Diarra in goal. The system is 5-3-2. They've gone ahead to deploy 5 defenders. And guys, it shows you how hard Morocco is, and it's really my favorites to win the tournament. Koulibaly, right back. Gassama, left back. Now, Diabe, Dieng, and Kamara, 3-man central defense in there. Yefis Besuma has been past fit to feature in this encounter. Then Koulibaly and Dumbia are going to be playing alongside Yefis Besuma, and then we'll be having Sangare as a right forward, and then, a right central forward. A left central forward is Sangare, and Sinayoko is playing as a right central forward. So that's how things are really panning out, and I really had to dive in a little bit into this because our player known as Mazarawi is obviously going to be putting up a very huge shift in there for you. Now, in the comment section, I'm having Omosala Emma. Well done, bro. I'm catching you live from Dubai. My prediction will be Man United 2, Newcastle 1. All right. Then Napari Musa, Man United will win 2-1. All right. So I've also gone ahead to change my prediction, by the way. You know, if it's a win, it's going to Manchester United. I've changed it. You know, I had thought of something that at least the midfield will shield that back for very well. I think for the very first time, that shield will be perfect for the first time. And we are at Old Trafford, you know, and we will be having close to 60,000 fans. I think they're like 65,000 fans cheering our players. And let's do this, guys. Let's go in for this. We all know to eat that games after Christmas are always hard, but we can make it happen and we can make history as a club of Manchester United. Let's go on and see how things will pan out for the club of Manchester United in here. So, guys, you can as well tell me your predictions as we really wait to see what the manager is going to hit to say after this particular game of football, because I know he's saying something as the manager of Manchester United in here. And in the next 4 minutes, I'll be really reading out those. I'll be reading out those. I'll be reading out those fixtures. Sorry, those predictions that you've gone ahead to put out in there. So we go so. I want to see what the manager of United is going to have to say. Now, Roy Keane has said, Man United need better than Casemiro in that midfield. United need better. You need to be mobile. He has kept his head down and stuck it. Maybe it was a shock to him in the Premier League, but he need to be mobile. I think he has gone ahead to try out, but we need someone else. Now, the manager of Man United has said the following. We are prepared. We know we have players out, but there are no excuses. We need to perform well. Now, Lisandro Martinez starting as captain today. The manager said we made a list at the beginning of the season. Lisandro Martinez was on that list. He's going to wear the armband, but everyone needs to step up because Bruno is not here, obviously. He was asked on how to beat Newcastle. He said we need to be physical. They need to feel uncomfortable. We need to be smart. We cannot lose the ball in our half when we are too exposed or open. He knows how Newcastle really thrives, you know. They really press a lot and they run a lot, you know. We know what they want. We'll try to do the opposite, but we also need to play with our strength. And the other big factor the managers obviously gonna have to get spot on is the physical attribute of the game. Newcastle likes physical, likes being physical. That is it. 5 academy players on the bench. They are ready to help the team. We have a short squad to give the kids an opportunity. They are really proud to be here. If we need, they'll come onto the pitch. Obviously, this is not what would have gone ahead to want, but obviously the club of Manchester United is really doing the needful in here. So that's what we've gone ahead to get in through from the manager of Man United. And what does history tell us about this game of football? Man United have lost 4 of their last 5 Premier League games against Newcastle. We've won once, as many as they had in their previous 38 against the Magpies. Newcastle did a league double over Man United last season, including a 2-0 win in this exact fixture. They've not won consecutive visits to Old Trafford since March 1935, while they lost 3 in a row against the Red Devils in January 1922. Now, history is not onto our side, you know, and we are waiting to see how United will have to obviously go against history and obviously rewrite it, because in the previous 4 games, we've just gone ahead to win 1 and they beat us home and away last season. Can we revert this? That is the big question that we are waiting to hear from you. And I'm having Norman says United will win 2-0 tonight. All right. Then Nuhucheyune 2-1 in favor of Newcastle. All right. That is it. And I come to the start of the end of the video, and let me end this poll and see how you guys have gone ahead to vote. And this is how you guys have gone ahead to vote. 80% have called in for a United win, 20% have called in for draw, and 0% have called in for Newcastle, meaning that none of you is thinking that Newcastle will win this game of football. And I've also gone ahead to change my mind. The best Newcastle can get away from Old Trafford is a draw. And for the youngsters that are coming in through off the bench, every youngster would like to make his debut at Old Trafford, and the chance has been given to them. They have some youngsters that will come in through. I know Fletcher will come on through, Shearless will come in through, Zex will come on through, and the rest, maybe Fredrickson and Lenny Yoro in there. So that means another twin, another Taylor twin might make his debut today, and see how he looks in through, because the manager's going to hate to obviously send huge praises to the player. I'm out.